NEMRA members, NEMRA fraternity. You're very welcome. I always look forward these moments when we are seated listening to people speaking to us, different topics, different ways of getting better, different ways of taking NEMRA forward, different ways of even branding ourselves as the greatest researchers on the continent. So all of you have come, you're very welcome. I will first say that when I saw this topic, it's quite intriguing. And thank you, Hadija, for that introduction. I hope I live up to it. When our topic for today, which is building a formidable research and research uptake network, the NEMRA experiences, it's before we put on its tail of the NEMRA experiences, it comes with a lot of promises, and everyone would be expecting a checklist of do's and don'ts of building a formidable network in whatever form for whatever outcome. And I also know that indeed different programs have different checklists. But when the tail was put there of the NEMRA experiences, I think it put me off the hook, where I was like now with different expectations and different experiences and different looking forwards. How would I really put all this together to make sure that we are on the same plate moving forward about building a formidable network? So because of the tail end of the title, I chose to use NEMRA journey, what we've gone through for the first 5 years, to help us understand where we have come from, where we are going, and how all of us can be part of that journey to building a formidable network. So I was putting that preamble to bring us, to scope us all to one focus, so that our expectations, our worries, our concerns, possibly they will be taken care of in this kind of preamble. So I didn't do any checklist per se. I'm just going to share my screen with us, and so that we can start the journey together. All right. So are we all together? Are you picking me well?
Yes, we can.
Are we
are
all together? All right. All right.
I can hear you loud and clear.
So this is okay. This is the outline of my presentation today. Hadija, how much time do I have? I should have asked that before I even put my slides together.
30 minutes, Dr.
30 minutes. So I will have to take you through a slide per 30 seconds. Hopefully I will do that. Okay.
We'll have an allowance of 5 minutes. It's fine.
Introduction. We will look at the introduction, especially kind of a background for NEMRA's founding, the vision, the mission and objectives and core values of NEMRA, the governance and membership, the strides made in 5 years, how we got here and what we are still learning. How can you be part of this history-making network? And then I will conclude. So I would tell you that NEMRA is actually a global network of researchers. It was founded by 7 research-loving persons who had already gone through different academics in different universities away from Uganda, and had seen the kind of environment these universities offer to their graduate students than what we suffer here in Uganda. And we said the best way is to start and provide what we earned on the other side where we all studied from. What we saw, how it was done, we can do the same here, and we can change the face of research in Uganda and Africa. It is composed of postgraduate research students, the early career researchers, the senior academics, and practitioners. Its focus is on the strengthening and deepening multidisciplinary research in Africa, and here I can even say and beyond, because we have membership across the globe. This is the vision for NEMRA. It envisages a wide and well-resourced network of academic researchers and practitioners, advancing a culture of intellectually generated, evidence-based policy and practice in Africa. And looking where we are going for our inaugural research conference, our very first annual one, we are looking at how can we make this research that we are talking about and we are passionate about to change the way things are done and transform our country and transform policy and inform policy. So our vision is really into that, and I can assure you it is the right one, because given even the country where we are going, we are saying research must be given priority if we are going to grow, if we are going to be to have this socio-economic transformation that is being talked about everywhere. So our mission then is to demystify the issues around doing academic research, develop insights across a wide array of disciplines, share ideas, and develop networks in the process of providing solutions, societal problems through research and postgraduate education. And I think those who have been participating with NEMRA, those who belong to NEMRA, you've noticed all our seminars, all our workshops, all our platforms that we provide for people to showcase their work and progress. It is informed by this mission. And I'm not going don't get bored, because you've seen this mission, vision, objectives almost in every presentation we mention or we make concerning NEMRA. But we will not get tired of bringing them before us every time, because this is what informs us who we are and where we are going and how we must really be deliberate on what we are delivering and how we are doing it. We must keep our vision and mission in focus. The objectives, there are not around 5 of them, except that the 5th one is into more of like a tool on how to achieve the first 4. This one is to provide, one of them is provide a platform for inter-university research-related collaboration, networking, and mutual support among academic researchers, postgraduate students, and practitioners. And I think those who have been with us from on the journey, you've noticed how we have tried really to do this. We must network, we must collaborate, we must bring on board all researchers who are really passionate about research, and those who are helping researchers like the supervisors, different academics, and even practitioners, because we know we cannot do research and move forward if we are not working with even the people in the private sector or the technical other people in other areas. We need each one of them on board to do research and have research products that are going to transform our societies and our communities. The second one is to offer complementary services to institutions and schools of postgraduate studies in the area of research capacity building, thereby increasing completion rates of postgraduate students, enhancing the research graduate journey smooth and possibly faster than it would have been. So this one, we are doing it so well. And those of you who are looking at our platforms, you saw how many of our NEMRA members graduated from different campuses and universities in their PhDs and masters. And all of you who are here who just graduated, congratulations. We celebrate you, and it gives us hope to know that surely NEMRA has a future, because each one of us is a seed for that future to blossom. Our third objective is to produce relevant, high-quality academic research outputs for policy and decision-making at every level of society on the continent. This one is definitely important, if we are going to inform decisions, if we are going to inform policy and decision making, we must have high quality research products. But we also must have our academics who are into postgraduate and PhDs to be helped so that they also deliver quality research. And I think we are doing that. That's why we have our seminars, the monthly seminars. That's why we have workshops. That's why we provided a platform for those who would like to present their progress on their research projects. The fourth objective is to build a research, data, and information infrastructure to manage and support the dissemination and enhanced availability of academic research outputs. This one blocked my to users, okay? This one, I think even our first fund that we won with MACRIF, it was about building an inter-university collaboration of doing research, and 4 were part of this. So in this way was like you after that you disseminate, so that we avoid the element of duplication of research and research which will have no impact. So to avoid this, there would be now having information, having like a database, build an infrastructure, a system in place where we all put together our outputs, disseminate together, but also identify gaps in the dissemination. That's how you can build a community of academics. And I think in Uganda, we miss that, and definitely we can't build one another. Those who have done research on some things, you'll meet only one person on your title, on your topic, on your problem statement. Only one, like in 3 articles, and you look elsewhere, you cannot find any. Yet there are many others out there doing the same. But when we come together and you build this community, we have this infrastructure in place to disseminate our information of the research is done, the outputs, the recommendations, then we are moving forward. And that is the one other objective of NEMRA and why we exist. And we will do it, but we can do it together. So this is our 4th. And the 5th, sorry, I don't know where I've touched. Forgive me because these things I'm not using. I hope just a second. The mission and objectives. Yeah, the 5th objective really is how to mobilize for finances. I think I didn't put it there purposely because it's more of a tool. It's more of an instrument to make sure we achieve these 4 main objectives of why NEMRA exists. So what are the core values of NEMRA? Professionalism is top. If we are really going to have quality research products, if we are going to inform policy with our research products, we are going to be professional. We must be transparent. There will be no concocting results. There will be no plagiarizing here and there. There must be integrity. We must be people of integrity, what we are doing and how we are doing it, not for the sake of getting grants, not for the sake of being seen that we want to publish. We must have integrity in all that we are doing. We must be very innovative. We must have ethical behavior, and we must be objective in all that we are doing as NEMRA. So, so what is the governance of NEMRA? It has, I think, 3 major arms. One is the board of directors, which is selected by members, NEMRA members. It's always transparent. People compete and people are voted into these spaces. Then we also have the EXCOM headed by an MD. They will do the operations and day-to-day running of and activities of the network. And they are doing a commendable job, guys. They are doing a commendable job. And then we have the board of trustees who really work with all these because they are founding members, but they have one selected person who is always a chairperson for the board of trustees, and he's part of the board or sitting on the board to coordinate and collaborate the different views from the 2 all the three elements of governance. So I have summarized those ones, and I'm not going to repeat them. So that is EXCOM, led by the executive team, runs the daily activities of the network. And this one has 3 technical departments coordinated by 1 other departments of finance and administration. All of you are doing commendable work. Of course, the board is keeping a focusing the whole team. We commend you, board. We commend you, EXCOM. The governance founders, these are the ones who form the board of trustees, and they are 7 in number. They are all academicians, done their universities, different places. There are some of them are serving in the universities, like our chair, Professor Mugisha is the VC of Cavendish University. Professor Doris Kakuru, she is a professor at University of Victoria in Canada. Professor Meshat Kapsim is at Kabale University, and all these are in leadership and management positions of the entities they are at. We have Dr. Dika Mganga, is at Makerere University. Dr. Sazil Mayanja, formerly a lecturer, but is now into researching as a consultant and doing his things, doing great work. Dr. Natkunda Lois, who is very passionate and has been, I think was the backbone of the starting of NEMRA, and even keeping abreast through the challenging moments of COVID. And the inaugural board, we cannot really miss acknowledging them here. The very first board of directors, and how they all waded us through that unknown terrain, those terrible waters of COVID. And NEMRA is here to celebrate possibly another year, even this year making 6 years. And myself, who is at State House, formerly at Undeja University. I am still there partly because I'm supervising some students. But the work I'm doing now on this other side of government is so demanding, not to allow me to be in this. That's why I'm passionate about NEMRA. Otherwise, I would lose grip of research and lose grip of what it is all about, have my career in research. In the other form of governance, I think I didn't mention, but this is very important, and they've done so much to bring us this far, who we call our governance technical advisors. These are people serving NEMRA voluntarily, giving their all, and they are our our technical advisors. One of them is Professor William Baze. I think all of you know him. Even our launch, the Piato place has been our home since we started for meetings. And he's one of our resource mobilization technical advisors. We have Professor Nema. This one is for research projects and publication, but she was also our inaugural chair person for the board, the first board. I can assure you this woman is a dynamite. She carried us on, she led us, she guided us, she gave her all, despite her very busy schedule. And she's one of our technical advisors on research projects and publication. Then we have Ms. Mase Inowisho, the boss for Uganda Research Bureau Services. I think I'm pronouncing it well. She's our legal affairs. These are people who have served us, made our work move smoothly, even registering, even getting to know what was known and should be known, in having NEMRA as an entity that is recognized. She was behind it. We celebrate them. So what is the kind of membership for NEMRA? It's quite diverse. I just did a table for you people so that we, I didn't want to do a lot of, this one I think brings it out well. The categories, we have life membership, we have 11 now in number. Honorary members, there are 5. These ones are selected by the board depending on their achievement and contribution and support towards NEMRA. At the moment, we have 5, and there is always a lifespan for that honorary. It can be renewed depending on the continuous support, but also it takes on other members as you come on board. Then we have academic institutions. These ones, we have NEMRA Mwebesa Royal University, who gave us a home where the NEMRA Secretariat is, and we commend NEMRA. We really commend them. So they are part of this. They are our, I think I would say, our honorary academic institution. They've been there for us all the way, and we belong. And the other one is an island university. I remember ITCAL, but I know it changed its name. So in case forgive me, but in the notes, possibly when I'm sharing, I'll put the right name for this university. And they've been subscribing annually, religiously, and passionately. They are part of NEMRA. They have some of their members have been actually how it was introduced. One of them was here in Makerere, and he picked NEMRA's passion and goal, and he went and shared with his university, and here they are part of us. They have been part of our facilitating team in some of the seminars, and we really, really commend them as well. Individual members, this is 180, but it varies. Because we have different motivations as individuals. Some come, let me go to NEMRA, learn a little bit, finish my studies, and I move on. So sometimes you might find you have NEMRA of so much, then the next year you don't have them. So these ones would say these are the subscribed members, but in and out we have more than this, because they come, finish their exams, or their studies or their journeys, and they say, no, I don't need NEMRA anymore. But there are those who stick with us, and we welcome you, and we appreciate you, and we celebrate you. We have various partners who are supporting NEMRA, or who have supported NEMRA. Like we are talking of MRIU, which gave us a home where we are. And these are our partners. Some are from public sector, others are from private sector. Like some, you'll be seeing those who partnered with us, even in our conference, you'll be seeing some of them. We celebrate and appreciate NPA, National Council of Science and Technology. I think there's STI as well in there. There is, we have AWB, we have Reef Makerere, of course. There are quite a number, and we will be seeing them along the way as we grow and as we move. All right, now here we are. We are 5 years, and possibly this year we are making 6 years. And we've made quite some strides. And I think I will not exhaust all of them, but allow me to show you some of them that I put down. Of course, these were shared from all the members, the technical teams, departments under the EXCOM, the MD herself. Some were skimmed from our different magazines and communications and reports. So we've made some, they are not in any chronological order, but at least they bring out and tell the story of what NEMRA has so far achieved in the 5 years. Despite the other years of COVID, like 3 years, we still worked. We still had seminars virtually, others we had discussions on WhatsApp. I actually pray that we get back that vibe, that energy that we had then. If we can have it now, then man, the sky will not even be the limit for NEMRA. So achievements. Our intention was to have many chapters, and we still have them as we grow and move forward. So far we have Kampala chapter and Mbarara chapter. These ones, we've had seminars even during COVID, even after COVID, where members went in and, for instance, through BSU at Mass for different activities as part of NEMRA. We've conducted over 50 seminars. I know this is really less than how many we've conducted. I didn't pick much, but I wanted to, the ones I picked, there's the one I put here, but I know there are quite many on various topics, on very, very many important topics. You would do, if you even go on our website, you will see some of these. They are all there. We established early career researchers mentorship program. And these ones were attached to mentors from across the globe. We still need many mentors. Please come on board and support our early career researchers. And please, early career researchers or those still struggling on to find your career in that line, come and be part of this program. You will never regret it. We've so far won 3 grants from the Makerere Research Innovation Fund. In the RIF third, we won a grant which helped us to build to drive the program, which you have not yet finished, or the project, but at least that one covered us 1 year on building an inter-research university community and even support early career researchers program. We did a number of workshops with this, some from abroad were facilitators, and I can assure it was good. And this last year, we also won the 5th one, and this one were given two grants were granted for different projects. We commend you, MACRIF, we commend you, our supporters, and those who make it happen. Achievements. Continued, we established writing groups. These ones have not been doing well, but at the beginning we managed some groups we published. And the intention of this was to create a culture of supporting one another, because people are gifted differently and people at different levels of research and publication. So even in this early career researchers program, this one also comes on board. So it helps us to learn to write together, to learn to conceptualize issues, to learn to publish in the right journals and publish for visibility and publish to disseminate information and knowledge, and also to make a difference. If we are really going to research, it must make an impact, and there's no better way than actually writing. So come and join these groups. Over 15 NEMRA members have been able to fast track their PhD and master journeys to graduation, and many others likely to graduate soon. I think I could have had a clapping there, Banang, if there was any, for this achievement. Thank you, because I think I was one of among the very first beneficiaries, and when we were saying that NEMRA changed me, I really said, you know what, NEMRA was my second hand, where two heads are better than one. I said NEMRA, because I had people read through my drafts. I had people give me comments. I had people tell me what I could have done right and what should do better or improve. So by the time I was done with my final draft, even my supervisor was like, yes, this is now PhD material. But I can assure you that NEMRA had a great input. The NEMRA members were there at that time. So I call upon all of us always be available to help and support our PhD and master's students, our postgraduate students. We struggle a lot out there. Let us be there to support them and to help them to move forward. Democratically, we have appointed 2 board of directors, 2 of them terms, the first group, inaugural group, who did a commendable work, because they were taking us through the unknown canyons of this network you are now seeing bubbling, and even having talking about really having our first annual research academic conference. The first one really carried us through the determining the governance structures. We are still, of course, work in progress, but I can assure you that the board kept us going, and here we are. And the second board, we have great brains there. We have great men and women who are passionate about research, and who are really, really not only passionate about research, but they are already involved in different areas in practice. They are so knowledgeable on many areas that can actually help us move forward as a network. We have our ExCom and MD, Dr. Juliet. You people, you are doing a great work. And that democratically appointed. So in the forthcoming, so many, please let us remain democratic, let us remain transparent, let us remain with integrity, even in choosing our leaders, because you will not have any regret when you do that in the right way. That's why we are here and we are moving forward. We have online presence. Social media handlers, God bless you for what you're doing. for making NEMRA visible. A quarterly newsletter, Rugendo, you don't know what you're doing for NEMRA. May God reward that effort. Our associate doctor and professor, we really appreciate you, and many others. Please, you're free to come on board and support these many others who are voluntarily doing this great work. We got a donation from His Excellency the President, $300 million. It is still a pledge, but we hope to get it possibly before this year ends, and we thank God for that. We were able to establish an inter-university research and innovation community of early career researchers in Uganda. This involved 4 universities, MRIU, MUST, MOOC, and UCU. And I think there are many others which have already been brought on board, especially through Academic Without Borders. That one, I saw the list is quite long, and really we celebrate these achievements. Over 200 participants from 17 high institutions of learning benefited from IRIC ECRU workshop and trainings. That's the one where I have just talked about. We have a Viva platform, MOOC one, where our people, NEMRA fraternity, come and present their research before they face the real Viva at their universities. And I can assure you, we've even had trainings on this, how to defend your research, how to do it the right way, and people go and excel because of NEMRA. We also have a number of MOUs signed with different institutions, like I've said, like Academic Without Borders, UNSST, I think there's NPA, and many others coming on board. And all these achievements can be found on NEMRA, on our website, www.nemraafrica.org. All right, so how we got here and what we are still learning. Because we'll be like, I think we are not apologetic to say that we've made those strides, but we also know that we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go. And so we are still learning. But how did we get here? What made us reach here? And what did we learn? What are we still learning out of it? These are the points I'm putting here. And possibly these points will help you to know how can you build a formidable network that we were talking about according to our title. Through our learning as NEMRA journey, we have done so much, we have learned so much, but we are also still learning, and others can learn from it. And one of them we learned is that all the achievements so far registered, they have been through voluntary work and donations from friends of NEMRA, except the seminars conducted under the MACRIF 3. Even then, what we could afford foreign facilitators was too little compared to what they could have been paid by their universities or countries. So they were also donors to us. So this work has all been out of love and sacrificial giving from those who want to see the achievements of NEMRA, or who are already understanding the mandate and the objectives of NEMRA in changing the research face in Africa and Uganda. 2, it was purely, all these achievements are purely driven by the passion to transform the quality and quantity of research products in Africa. The moment you have this passion, you cannot fail to drive. You must drive, whether through the murky waters, whether it's only a desert, whether there is no water to drink, you will drive, because we must achieve this. It's our passion, and it's what keeps us going, and it's part of our mission and vision. We have also learned that all that begins well ends well, according to Shakespeare. Every small detail at the onset is important and part of the bigger picture. I want to commend Dr. Lois Natkonda and the very, very first few EXCOM that started, because she was like the spinal cord for NEMRA. She carried it on her head, on her neck, on her hands. Even that riff one, and Dr. Norman, God bless you people. And Vincent, you were also at the helm in your behind there doing many things. Anita, I am sorry for mentioning these names, but I can assure you, these people were at the helm, were the wheels, were the cogs of NEMRA moving forward in its first initial stages of life. So you knew that every little detail matters. And if it is done well at the beginning, it must be well at the end. There's no way out of it. If you start well, you will end well. So those who began well and gave us the starting point that is good, the details that at some time they were so boring and you go back and forth, we want to thank you and to celebrate your input. The other one we learned, and why we are here, is that we kept in view the vision and mission of the network, and we will still keep it in view, both the vision and the mission and the objectives of the network. So if you're going to do really build a formidable network for research or uptake network, research network, you're going to keep your vision clear and mission without losing any grip, without compromising in any way. Even when it gets tough, the tougher get going, you keep with it. No shifting the goalposts. We also learned that money is a great tool, but it's not the most important. If we were to have money, to wait for money, NEMRA would still be there. It would not have even started. But we realized that, yes, if it is a good tool, but it's not the important. The most important, as some of those 4 up there have brought out, and the important is that the people are the most important. Even in the face of AI, things changing every day, we still need human beings. The human touch, the human hand, it is there. The human heart, as long as they are there, money will come and money will allocate to you. But money cannot do anything, even if they gave you the whole of Bank of Uganda, without the right people doing the right things, without beginning well to finish well, without keeping in view your vision and mission, money will be useless, like any other useless tool that finds no relevance. So another bit that we learned and why we are here and we are still learning is that good governance is the real deal. If you have the right leaders, you have the right structures that are transparent, you will move forward and you will definitely achieve your mission and vision. So with all those, I didn't exhaust all of them, but those ones can guide us. Then how can you be part of this history-making network unless you really see that it's not going anywhere? But if it's truly going somewhere and you can see the achievements in 5 years, and we have achieved this and we are still counting, then I think everyone should subscribe to contribute or to being part of this history-making network, NEMRA. There are many ways you can contribute towards the vision and mission of NEMRA. If you are not yet a member, please feel free to subscribe even now. You only need, I think, 120,000 for a year, and you'll be NEMRA's member, and you'll keep renewing every year. And there are many benefits of being a member. There are many packages we give out there, which only members benefit from and others don't, given that if you are looking at small numbers. But also, you keep paying money, and at the end of the day, you'll have paid maybe 10 years in 1 year to be part of the programs NEMRA is offering, because you're not a member. Yet if you're a member, on your subscription or a little small contribution will do. I implore all of you to invite your friends and institutions to become members of NEMRA, to become friends of NEMRA, to become partners of NEMRA. Together we can, and together we can go far. So how can you be part of the history making again? The third one is offer yourself and partner with NEMRA. In many ways, you can be a financial mobilizer, you can be a funder, you can be a technical advisor, depending on your expertise. We need so many of these. You can be a mentor, career researchers. You can be a grant writer. You can be a seminar facilitator. If you're an IT specialist, you can help us build a networked research database across universities, like we are looking at the research community we are talking about earlier. We are building a community of academics in NEMRA, where we should be offering to universities, supervisors, or external examiners, can you please register with NEMRA and with your profiles and CVs? You can help to guide on research and publishing and academic writing. You know, our students struggle with academic writing. but there are people who are very endowed with these skills and knowledge. You can come and help us build that community and help our students and help even our supervisors. Some of us are struggling. So if you get someone who knows this bit, will help you and you get better. Can also come and help us on policy formulation for the network. We still need policies that, there are many policies that are not yet in place, possibly because we don't know how to do it. But if you're good, for instance, at doing financial policy, research policy, we have issues with our grant policy, you know, HR, please come on board and help NEMRA to do it better and get better. And many other contributions that you may deem fit. This is just small on what any of us can offer. So I implore all of us, you can come and be part of NEMRA and you can make a contribution to NEMRA. Some you can say, no, me, I don't have this skill, but I have the man of getting you one who can do it better for you. That is still welcome, and we will really celebrate it. These are the new director, the new board we have. We have Dr. Martin Ongola as our chairperson. We have Professor Edith N. Natkunda Togboa as a vice chairperson. We have Mr. Arthur Makara as the government institution representative. We have Professor Monica Chibita, academic institutions representative. We have Mr. Moses Tuhame for community, society, something, and business institution representative. We have Dr. Kaweru, Wilberforce for postgraduate students representative, myself for finance, and we have other members on the board. That is our company secretary, Mr. Patrick Mutabwire. He's done great work on guiding us, especially on issues of policy and governance, because he's a guru in that area. Many others can join him so that we build our network. We have Dr. Juliet Chayesimira, the MD, who is the head of the EXCOM. This woman is, I don't know how to describe her. If all of us had her energy and vision and drive, even Uganda would be far, 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 far. Professor John Mugisha, chairperson, board of trustees, he has picked us even when we are the founding bit. He has carried us through. He has guided us. This man has knowledge in his head. You sit before him, you don't want to stop. You want to be there to listen to him. So you can see that NEMRA has all the resources of great minds, of great passions, of great expertise for it to move forward. What it's missing is you people who are still out there pulling your legs, your feet. Come join us. We will drive NEMRA to the greatest heights. Allow me to conclude, members, and thank you for coming this far. I hope we are still together. Despite being in its infancy, NEMRA is already making great strides towards a formidable research network. However, there is still a need to build a system and structure for a formidable research uptake network. This is possible if we all bring together our different endowments towards building this network that will change the face of doing research in Uganda, Africa, and beyond. Thank you, members. I welcome questions. I hand over back to you. I don't know if I'm handing over to Hadija or Rugendo. Thank you, members, for listening to me. I hope I kept in the time, and I thank God he gave me the energy and we've carried to the end. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Christine Mwebesa. I think we all agree that at this point we need to unmute our mics and clap, manually clap. Thank you, and thank you. That was a very, very rich presentation, well articulated, and like we earlier said, there was no better time to do this. And I've already seen some comments in the chat that this should be repeated at the launch of the annual conference so that we tell this to a bigger crowd. Let the world know the potential of NEMRA, what NEMRA is, and how much we can do for this country, but for the region as well. So we put our hands together to thank you, Dr. Charity Mwebesa. I don't want to dilute your presentation, and I'm not. Thank you, friends. Thank you for a round of applause. We can now mute our mics, please. Thank you. Yes, so without much ado, I want to call for questions, comments. You could put your hands up using the icon on our screens or on our phones. Okay, so I see Nathan. Nathan then will follow with Francis.
Hello.
Yes, Nathan, carry it on. Take it away.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Christine, for this wonderful presentation about NEMRA. It's my first time to join NEMRA and to hear the story and the strides. Well, NEMRA is very good. I just got the link from my network, and I was wondering why most institutions in the region are not aware, because in Rwanda, where I am, I'm not sure if many institutions are aware about NEMRA, yet I find it a very interesting platform. So is it possible that NEMRA leadership can communicate to most institutions so that they all benefit from NEMRA and what it offers? Yeah, thank you. I'm Nathan from University of Rwanda. Thank you. Over to you again.
Thank you, Nathan. That's a very valid point. We appreciate it and will act on it accordingly. Thank you again, and thanks for joining us. Francis?
Yes, good morning. It's really been a very good presentation. My name is Ogwang. I am a medical student, and I'm actually learning about NEMRA today for the first time. And I have one question. How can one become a member of NEMRA? And being a research institution, because I joined anyway late, how comes most of the institutions, I don't know whether it's other institutions, but for my institution, specifically King Caesar University, we are not aware of this very great, work NEMRA is doing. For me, I am an early career researcher, so passionate about research, and I would not love to miss. I wouldn't love to miss opportunity of disseminating information about NEMRA to other universities. Being a medical student and also being a student leader, I think this is one of the platforms that can benefit many young medical researchers and non-medical researchers. And then the last question is the NEMRA more of like a journal? Does it publish medical, not only medical, does it publish research works, article research for research? Does it publish? Is it more of like a journal? Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Those are very important points you raised and questions. We will share. I'll personally drop my number in the chat so that whoever would like to join can get across, or you could also share your number and we'll send you the circular on how to join and all other details. Other aspects I'll leave. I don't want to usurp the powers of my presenter. For now, I'll just moderate. Thank you. Any other question? As I check in the chat for any questions, for all of us, it's very easy to join NEMRA, and we'll share this information. You can go on our website and find all the information you require, most of it. In case of queries, you get in touch. From time to time, we are on Twitter or X, Facebook. And yes, we are always ready to serve. and we are happy that we are getting more people interested to join the network. I see there is a comment. I don't see any other hands. Dr. Mwebesa, but in the chat box, I see there is Rosette saying, NEMRA is such a beautiful entity. I personally didn't know about it until February this year. NEMRA needs to upgrade its publicity, especially via social media. Rosette, thank you very much. That has already been spoken to. And indeed, we have quite a presence on a different media platforms, social media handles. We even have a YouTube channel, by the way, where we post all our videos and recordings and important materials from our events. Dr. Martin Mwebesa, thank you, Dr. Christine, for the useful vibe exhibited during your presentation. So you can imagine this vibe, the sickness notwithstanding, you can only imagine what it could have been if she was at 100%. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Francis Ogwang. Okay, wonderful. Yes, I will touch base with you immediately, Francis. Thank you. We have a new member already here in Francis Ogwang, and he'll be a great ambassador at King Caesar. Karibu sana. That's all I can see in the chat. Professor Kunda says, thank you so much, Dr. Mwebesa. That was a good overview of NEMRA. Richard Awichi, thanks for the energies. We will mobilize to join. Awesome. Dr. Agatha Tumwine, thank you so much, Dr. Christine, for the great presentation about NEMRA. Thank God you made it through. Indeed, God is amazing. That is all for now. I give back the mic to you, Daktari. Over to you for additional comments.
Thank you, members, for your communication, for your queries, for your support, for your commendations. We really appreciate that. And indeed, Nathan says, how can we communicate to the institutions within the region and even institutions within our own country? Yes, we have a representative on the board, and I think it will get better. Yes, we've not been doing better, and reason sure it has been constrained. Financially, it has not been easy, but we are doing it in a small way. But yes, we have picked that. And initially we had wanted to have chapters almost in every region. And we have international students in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Malawi, in West Africa. I think we even had one in Rwanda. I have to check with our records. So yes, and like we're saying, how can we be part of this great network? Maybe Nathan, you might want to be one of our rep to really drive this gospel in Rwanda about NEMRA. And then you get all the right information from our ExCom. The Hadijas are here, Dr. Agad. They can maybe post their emails and phones so that we can communicate, and you can also pick it and reach out to them. So we need many hands even across in the different countries. So if you're already there, and by the way, Nathan, my supervisor for my PhD, I think is your DVC for, I don't know if it's for academic affairs, Professor Maringe, and I'm glad to see you. I pass on my greetings using this platform without seeking permission to pass on my greetings. So yes, we need members in different institutions to also support the network by bringing members on board. Francis, thank you for already offering yourself to be a member. Also, you can get in touch. Hadija has already offered. Get in touch and see how to be a member. It's good to be passionate. You said you're from Dr. Caesar University? Okay. You can become a member by subscribing. It's only 120,000 per annum. We haven't changed it. You can even subscribe. I think you can be a fully a life member by paying, I think, 2 million. So you pay once and then you forget about paying again. Then you said NEMRA doesn't have a journal yet, but yes, we partner with different journals to publish the work of our members. And sometimes those journals are shared, even their terms are also shared. So we collaborate with our research department, and then we, like last time when we all published, those who managed to publish their work, that's what we did. So we identify different subject matters and we put them, we reach out to the respective journals that handle that kind of our area of our area of research. So yes, you're still free to come on board and you have your work disseminated. Much as where we are going, we intend to actually have a NEMRA research journal publication. We must have it, and we will have it if we are going to grow and have even more visibility and showcase our credible research products. Rosette, glad to show interest. You want to join? Yes, you're guiding us, yes, to upgrade our publicity. Yes, we are trying. And I think for now, we are really trying better than even the past few years, because we have all the different social media handles. We have even a YouTube. We have now a magazine, which is quarterly, thanks to our own Rugendo for this great work. We had our very first one when we were celebrating our 5 years of existence. And feel free to reach out and get these copies, because in it alone, there are enough articles talking about the genesis of NEMRA. There are many success stories, how people have benefited from NEMRA. There's so much out there. So reach out. You can call Mr. Rugendo Pa. You can put here your number so that those who want to get those magazines, they can reach out to you and you guide them on how to get them. Thank you, members, those who have appreciated this work. It's been a double energy for all of us. You put in yours, I put in mine, and together we'll make able. And this far we have managed to have a presentation. Thank you. I hope I have responded to the questions. Thank you. Back to you, Hadija.
Thank you, Dr. Mwebesa. That was quite spot on. And yes, like you did mention a couple of times, we have work in progress, and we appreciate each and every input from all of us. And for sure, we can only get better, and the more we are, the better, the stronger. I don't know if there are any more questions, comments. In the meantime, the link has been dropped in the chat on how to join NEMRA. Our mobile telephone numbers have been also dropped for my brother Rugendo and myself. We appreciate all, especially in publicity, some homework there to do, which will be done. There's a comment from Dr. Gadru Zaza. Thank you, eminent scholar, academic administrator, and a seasoned presidential advisor, President's Office, Uganda. I have one question thus far. In your view, what's the most lasting impact of NEMRA? That's a question, Madam Daktari. Then there's also a comment from Rosette. I'll personally push the publicity further at a personal level. Thank you very much, Rosette. We need to be even closer friends for that matter. My digits are up there kindly. If you don't mind, we could start the chat. Dr. Gadruzaz has also shared his contacts there. And for all of us here, he's in charge of mentorship and training. So even today's events, it's him and Princess Chogawirwe who have put this together, as they always do their best. Renato Rugendo says, those who want to send their pieces, please send that email. These pieces, we are putting together our second edition of the quarterly newsletter for NEMRA, and the deadline, those who still can, you could send them through before the end of today, between 150 words to 250 words. That's it. So I don't want to lose the question. Back to you, Dr. The question from Dr. Ruzaza. What is the most lasting impact of NEMRA?
Thank you, Hadija. Thank you, Dr. Ruzaza. That is quite big. There have been so many times for me about the impact of NEMRA. But I think I would say specifically is the making the journey of postgraduate researchers smooth and faster. So the support we have given through NEMRA to see them graduate, to me, that's the lasting impact, because as they finish, we are already assured of our seed. Those are the ones who become early career researchers. Those are later who become mentors. Generally, we are building from the seed to seeing the fruits of NEMRA that our vision and mission is about. Thank you.
Thank you for that response. Dr. Ruzaza, any follow-ups, or did you want to speak to anything else?
All protocol is observed where I am. Please allow me not to put on my camera. I would like to very much appreciate the responses and the charisma exhibited by our mentor, scholar, and a humble servant of God, Dr. Charity Mwebesa. This is truly amazing. It is not common that when people are not feeling very well, they go to the bottom of their energy, like Muhammad Ali, the boxer, late Muhammad Ali, the boxer who used to, is it a boxer? He was a sportsman in the US, and he had a quotation that when you want to win, you go back to the bottom of your energy and you pick 1 ounce. So I have remembered he was a boxer, yes. And then you knock out just with one hard knock, then you put down the enemy or someone who is opposing you. So this presentation by Dr. Charity Mwebesa reminds me of the courage and charisma required of winners. I'm so much humbled. I draw from the experiences she has garnered as a scholar, as an academic, as an administrator, to pull together energy after she didn't have a good night's sleep and she was not feeling well. I also would like to salute her personally, but also salute the Almighty God who has enabled her to do such an amazing job. It is also the right time then that I use the energy that I have to rally behind her and call upon you all, us all, to galvanize the energy we have as the NEMRA family. And I would like to pick on 2 points. First of all, that we are still beginning our success, that there are successes, but you can see that we still yearn for more. So bring along a friend and spread the news. Secondly, we are reminded that this is a prelude to the first ever premier multidisciplinary interdisciplinary conference organized at NEMRA at Makerere University, Uganda's flagship university, to showcase this great story. We have been posting across that we will be presenting a wide array of papers and posters to vividly show what we can do together, what we have done together, and also be able to have pointers to the future. We also have been reminded that this presentation should find vivid space at that conference. I think we'll look through and see whether we'll play the recording or whether we invite Christine again, depending on the graces that God provides, to give a snapshot presentation. I therefore would like to end by inviting you that call a friend, because already the conference is here. This is what is actually called a pre-conference or a pre-seminar. By working together, I'm also convinced that research in Africa and for Africa will never be the same again. Currently, Mother Africa contributes only just about 3% of the globalized knowledge economy. But as I always say, we now belong to a once upon a time sleeping giant now rising. Let the world see. Let us also wake up. Let us call people. Let's call each other and be part of this waking up giant. Because, for example, for public health, Africa is the largest public health laboratory ever now. It is only Africa which still has both nascent, tangible, and intangible resources. Lastly, but not the least, I would like to join all of you, NEMRA, the NEMRA fraternity, Mother Uganda, and all people of goodwill to thank Dr. Charity Mwebesa for a job well done. I'd like also to thank the NEMRA leadership and the executive committee for keeping on the light of NEMRA burning. I will think through and post a short message in the NEMRA membership group to this effect. I thank you very much. God bless you. Over to you, Hadija. Over to you, Hadija.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ruzaza. Yes, that's already a very excellent summary of the tidbit from this very powerful presentation. Thank you for that and for putting this together. Before we go into the photo moments, and as you all prepare, if we can, to switch on our cameras, allow me to recognize some of the founding members, some of the big names. When you speak NEMRA, then automatically there are names that come up wherever we are or wherever we go. And this is none other than Dr. Lesna Tukunda. She has been amidst us. She's been here from the beginning to the end. Dr. Charity Mwebesa already spoke a bit about her. We all know who she is, even when you look at the website. So Dr. Tukunda, we thank you for not letting us be on our own. We know the time difference and we can't take it for granted that you joined. Our founding member, the mother of NEMRA, and the founding MD is from Dr. Natukunda, the current EXCOM, took the mantle to drive this agenda the next level. So I don't know if you're able, due to public demand, Dr. Natukunda, could you please say hello verbally, kindly, if you can hear me?
I can hear you, Hadija. Hi, everybody, and congratulations upon achieving this milestone. Of all the things that I used to be really fearful about was conducting a conference, even though I knew it was a very important aspect of a research network. And I am really amazed at how much you guys have been able to do and the boldness that you have exhibited in conducting an international conference. I am so proud and thank you so much. And Christine, thank you also for being so committed to the vision of NEMRA, and even when you are not feeling well, you've pushed to the end. It's an indication of the conviction of the vision of this network. So thank you so much, and thanks everybody. I think Christine mentioned that NEMRA already has a lot of resources and resourceful people, and then she said, what's letting us down is you guys who are still dragging your feet. And she really emphasized that. So but for the fact that you have been able to come to this seminar, and it means that you were really inquisitive and wanted to know more about this network. And so thank you. It's already a first step forward to show your desire to be part of what is happening at NEMRA, and already it's exhibited in the voices of people who have mentioned they would like to be members. So karibu sana, and I can see the future of the research landscape in Africa really brighter. So well done, keep on. You're setting a pace for the next generations, and you're making really great history. So keep on, and may God bless these efforts. May we be able to change the narrative of our continent and cause it to shine. So thank you so much, and I wish you a good conference. It's already looking very good, and I'm excited about it, and I thank God for his mercies upon this vision. Thank you, Hadija. Back to you.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Natkunda. It's always refreshing hearing from you. And yes, Dr. Natkunda is always available. Anytime we have an issue, we are stuck somewhere, we need to consult. Yeah, so she's our hard rock, you know, that we can always count on. We appreciate that, and may God keep you and keep us all together. This is the moment I want to request all of us who are capable, who are in position to switch on their cameras kindly, so that we have a bit of memory for this day. Okay, I'm seeing good. Good. Osborne? IBC, were you there?
Yes.
Yeah, please take some, after this one, I want you to also take some photos, but first stay for a minute so that you're also present. You're always behind the screens and you miss out on many things. Okay, are you able to take?
Actually, I'm only seeing, I don't know why. Okay, then I think maybe it's the settings.
But Hadija, your camera is not on, is it?
Or even Regino can take.
Yeah,
Whoever can take and share.
Yes.
Let's take
There are 2 pages, so you do first one and second one.
Good morning, NEMRA, as we take photos.
Dixon.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mwebesa, for that presentation. It was very, very wonderful and very encouraging.
Thank you very, very much. At least you have something.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
We can now.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you to the. Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
Yes, I would like to say thank you to the presenter